Now I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all, bro. Like, y'all can take things personal if y'all want to. Y'all can feel how y'all feel. But at the end of the day, bro, it's really just a earning problem. Like, if a job is telling you, well, not necessarily telling you, but if a job is paying you a certain amount of money per hour, that's what they feel that your job is worth. And it's kind of sad, bro, because you're always going to have people say, well, get a job, work a job. Let's just keep it a stack and say, get a job that is going to pay you a good amount of money so that you're not just in survival mode. Because when you put in so many hours of your life into these jobs and you're left with barely making it, is literally not a good feeling.
People are not saying they do not want to work. They are saying work does not pay enough to live anymore. And that is a completely different conversation. Because how many people are showing up every day, giving their time, their body, their energy, their patience, their weekends, their sleep, only to look at their paycheck and realize they are still barely surviving? That is what people are venting about. Jobs want you to go above and beyond. They want you reliable. They want you early, flexible, professional, motivated, grateful, and available. But when it is time to pay you like the cost of living is real, suddenly there is no budget. And that is what breaks people. Because praise does not pay rent. A great job does not buy groceries. Being called dependable does not cover gas, car insurance, laundry detergent, childcare, bills, or the cost of simply showing up clean and ready to work. So when people hear nobody wants to work, it feels insulting. People do want to work. They just do not want to work full-time and still be broke.
You ever been working really hard at work, like you're putting extra effort in on a particular shift, and then you just stop and realize, wait a minute, I'm not getting paid enough to be doing this shit? And the worst part is that when you start doing really good at work, like they really love your work ethic, like you put in the extra effort, right? You're going to be the first person that they go to whenever they need shit done. And it's very carefully worded the way they tell you good job. Like, hey man, we just want to let you know, like, great work ethic lately. Like, you've been doing such a great job. You've been coming in, just going above and beyond everything we've been asking to do. Like, we are so proud of you. Basically, they're telling you all the things that you wish like you could have heard from maybe like your parents or other adult figures if you're having issues with like self-esteem. So naturally, it's going to make you be like, all right, like this feels good. I'm going to try even harder tomorrow and the next day. They might even give you some more responsibility because they feel that you can take on the extra workload. And that paycheck hits your account and you're instantly bitch slapped back into reality and you realize, wait a minute, I don't get paid enough to be doing this shit or to be trying as hard as I'm trying. And the worst part is if you ever have a bad day from that point forward, after they've built you up on this pedestal, like you're such a great worker who's so reliable, the one time you make a mistake after that, you get the most condescending talk to, right? Like, we know we expect better of you. We know you're better than this. Like, why are you acting that way? Meanwhile, all the other bimbos that you work with show up late on a daily basis. I had this one coworker that would literally show up late every single day with an iced coffee, and they would just not give a fuck. They'd be like, oh, that's just Jill. That's what she does. I'm sorry, what? You ever notice that? You ever notice that every single job, I don't care what industry you're in, is always going to have 1, 2, or maybe 3 fucking just complete bimbos that will always do shit wrong. They will always fuck up. They will always be like, oh yeah, they're going to mess up something. And yet they never get any discipline. They never get any talking to. It's just, that's just the way they are. You know what? Fuck that. Make 2024 the year that you show up to work, do the exact minimum that you need to do to get your bag, to get your paycheck, and nothing else. Especially if it's a job that won't even matter to you in 5 years. You're just there as a means to an end. Do you not realize if you drop dead today, by the end of the week, they're already going to have somebody filling you in, and that that honorable employee that we had that was such a hard worker, they're going to replace before the end of the week if you drop dead tonight, okay? So quit worrying about shit. Just be the plain Jane, regular, mundane person you were born to be.
I need to know who the fuck is in charge. Who I need to talk to. Because listen, when I tell y'all, I've been looking for a new job because I'm sick and tired of the job that I'm fucking at. And I really don't care. Honestly, I don't care. These jobs do not pay enough for what the fuck they be wanting you to do. And honestly, it's like, are y'all employers, are y'all paying attention to the cost of living out here? Are you paying attention to the fact that these groceries everything has gone up but our fucking pay? I'm sick of going to work I'm sick of going to work and I can barely pay my bills at the end of the month. These fucking jobs, like, they be wanting you to bust your ass, go above and beyond, be there 6 days a week, from 8 to 5, missing doctor's appointments, can't do shit with your motherfucking life but work for crumbs. And I'm fucking sick of it. We got kids out here. We got life out here, life in. This shit is just not adding up. And y'all wonder why motherfuckers is scamming, getting in the streets, selling, doing what the fuck they need to do to make ends meet. Y'all wonder why. Like, y'all wonder, if this shit is not realistic out here, and I'm really fucking sick of it. Like, I want to buy a house. I want to do all of that shit. But goddamn, I can't even save $1 because shit is so fucking expensive out here. These jobs don't want to give no raises, and the new jobs ain't paying shit. Entry-level positions starting at $16 an hour for motherfuckers with a bachelor's degree. Man, $32,000 a year, $35,000 a year, that's nothing. It's nothing. I'm sick of it. I'm fed up, honestly.
Yo, it's crazy how a lot of these jobs really don't be paying, bro. And they expect people to slave, like, all right. It's crazy, like, these corporate jobs, bro, they don't want to pay nobody, bro. They don't want to pay nobody, and then wonder why people getting capped off, bro. This world is wicked, bro. They don't want to pay nobody out here, bro. It's crazy. Wicked.
I was in the store the other day and I heard some older people saying, nobody wants to work nowadays. And I was about to lose my composure in that moment, but then I remembered I could just do it online. And what frustrates me about that statement is that people forget it costs money to go to work. I have to put gas in my car. I have to physically have a car, and then I have to get a car insurance. God forbid I get a flat tire because car maintenance is expensive, okay? I have to get oil changes every 3 months. And then on top of this, I have to buy soap to clean myself. I have to buy laundry detergent to wash my clothes. I have to put on deodorant just to go to the job and meet their hygiene standards, just to do that. And it's insane that y'all are saying people don't want to work. How does it make sense for me to go to a job that doesn't pay me enough money to offset the cost I have to pay simply to get there and be there in a presentable state, and then not have enough money to pay the bills that I've incurred, partly because I have to have a car to get here? No, this makes no sense. It's not that people don't want to work, and Zahn Mondani has proven that. In New York City, when they had all that snow, he said, hey, y'all, here's $30 an hour to come shovel some snow. People came out the woodwork, young, old, middle-aged, didn't matter. People was there. Men, women, all of the above. People came out to get that $30. So I think it's pretty clear. People don't mind doing work when they're getting paid money, the right money for it. Okay, I'll come out. That's good money. The reason why people don't want to work is because they don't want to work to just continue to be broke. It makes no sense. I need to be making a wage that makes sense for the expenses I have and the expense of getting to work. And until I think we all start coming to terms with that reality, these millionaires are going to continue to run everything into the ground. And I'm hearing this rumor that the millionaires want to fire everybody. It's not like they even just want AI. They actually want to fire everybody so that when everybody's desperate, they can hire them back for less money. Baby, that's not going to work. Nobody's going to come back. It won't make sense. Oh, I'm desperate for money. It would cost me my entire paycheck just to get to work, not even pay my bills. So what would be the point of that job? I'm telling you, just because they're millionaires does not mean they are smart. But that's my soapbox. Y'all have a good day.
Okay, quick math for today's video. So minimum wage in the United States is about $7.25 an hour. That's what it is also in Kentucky, where I live. If you work full-time, this is like 40-hour work week, $15,080 a year before taxes, and then about $1,256 a month before taxes. Looking at rent, average one-bedroom apartment in the United States is about $1,500 a month. So before taxes are even taken out, rent alone is already more than your entire income. After taxes, you're realistically bringing home closer to like $1,000 $1,100 a month, meaning you're already hundreds of dollars short just trying to pay your rent. And that's for one person. This is not even taking into account people with kids who have even more expenses, more food to buy, childcare, clothes, school costs, everything increases. And realistically, people with kids also don't even need a 1-bedroom. They need more space, which means even higher rent. And even if you have a car, which you need in most places, you're lucky if it's paid off and you don't have a car payment. But at the very least, you have gas, maintenance, insurance. And people are like, oh, okay, well, there's assistance. Okay, let's do the math on that too. Even if someone qualifies for like SNAP, like food assistance, food stamps, the maximum benefit per month is around like $300 for someone, for one individual. This helps with food, but it doesn't pay your rent, your utilities, your gas, insurance, anything else. So let's look at it realistically. Rent is about $1,500 a month. Income after taxes is like $1,100. Food stamps help with food, but your rent alone is about $400 short. That's before electric, before the water, before your phone bill, before transportation, before your health care, before any emergencies. So even with federal assistance, the math still doesn't work because it's not a budgeting problem. It's a wage problem. And this is best case scenario. It only gets worse from here. So the fact that there's people in office actively voting against raising the federal minimum wage is mind-boggling to me, because you cannot survive off of the current minimum wage. It is impossible.
And when you really listen to people talk about their jobs, the anger makes sense, because a lot of workers are not asking to be rich. They are asking for the math to make sense. If someone works 40 hours a week, that should at least cover the basics. Rent, food, transportation, utilities, hygiene, and enough breathing room to not panic over one emergency. But for too many people, that is not reality. They are working hard and still behind, working overtime and still short, getting degrees and still being offered wages that cannot support an adult life. And then society blames them. It says, get a better job, work harder, start a business, stop complaining, but none of that answers the real problem. Someone still has to work those jobs. Someone still has to clean, cook, stock, drive, teach, serve, care, and keep everything moving. And if those jobs are necessary, then the people doing them should be able to live. That is why people are tired of giving maximum effort to companies that only give minimum pay. They are tired of being rewarded with more responsibility instead of more money. Tired of being guilted for not sacrificing their whole life for a paycheck that disappears the moment it hits. Because at some point, this stops being a motivation issue. It becomes a wage issue, and the truth is simple. People are not lazy for refusing to be exploited. They are exhausted from working and still not being free.
Everything is so expensive right now, and I don't understand how people aren't talking about it. We don't make enough money. Collectively, we do not make enough money. The price of things are not keeping up with how much we're getting paid. And it's infuriating to me for people to say that people just need to work harder, people need to get different specialized degrees, people need to start their own businesses. That's not the answer. The answer is that billionaires are hoarding wealth. And this system is set up to fail. And I'm just infuriated by it. I can't get ahead. Every month I try to get ahead and I can't get ahead. And I don't know how to cope with that. I don't know how to cope with that. Everything is so expensive, especially in the last 6 months. I can barely get by. So I don't know how I'm supposed to retain hope. Am I supposed to get a doctorate so that I can afford a studio apartment? Is that where we're getting to at this point? I don't know what the answer is to this, but it's so fucking bad. And I just wanted to get on here and tell you, if you are experiencing the same thing, you're so not alone. Everything is so expensive and it's infuriating to me.